Hello friends and welcome back to another video. This is the second part of object-oriented programming in Python. So in this video, I'm going to show you the difference between class variables and instance variables. So to understand the difference, let's write here print and in the empty parentheses child1. Let's change the name of these objects to s1 and s2. Now if I write here s1.name and now run the code, you will see its name is Mike. Now how do we access this name variable is because it is the variable of an object or an instance which we have created in the class init method by using self argument. So this was one method of creating instance variables by using self arguments. The other way of creating instance variables is by typing the name of the object s1 dot subject, which is the name of the variable that I want to create, and is equal to its value. If it is a string, then it should be in double quotation marks. Now to access it, I will write here print and in the empty parentheses s1 dot subject. Now we have added a new attribute in s1 object, which is subject. So if I run the code, it should print out maths. So let's check out the code if it is working perfectly or not. So if I run the code now, you guys can see it print out maths. Now let me show you a trick to check the attributes of a specific object. That is to write underscore underscore dict underscore underscore. So now if I run the code, you will see we get name, age, marks and subjects and their values. The name, age and marks are created in the class in init method and the subject is just created outside the class. Now name, age, marks and subject, these all are instance variables. So I hope that instance variables are clear to you. And now let's move on to class variables. But before that, let's add some changes to our class students. Let's change marks argument to fee and self.fee equals fee. Now creating a class variable is as simple as typing the name of the variable and after that its value. In my case it is add fee and its value is 1.10, which is 10%. So after that, let's create a new class method which will be def add underscore fee, and in here I will add some changes to fee. So I will write here self.fee equals self.fee multiply by firstly let's comment out this add fee variable that we have just created, and I will write the value of the add fee here, and there is a spelling mistake. So now let's change these marks values to fee. S1 has 98,000 fee and S2 has 95,000 fee. Now if I want to increase the fee of S1 student, then I have to write here s1.add fee empty parentheses, and you guys can see here if I print s1.fee, it gives out an increased value which is 10,780, but it is giving us a float number, so let's change it to int and now print the code, and you guys can see it is working perfectly. Now let's do the same for s2 student. You guys can see that the value of s2.fee is 9,500 without any increment. So if I add increment to s2 fee by writing s2.add fee empty parentheses, you guys can see now that the s2 fee has changed to 10,450. Now let's work with the class variable that we have created and commented out. Let's remove this comment, and you guys can see the class variable is having same name as class method. So let's change the name of the class method. I will change the name of the class method from add fee to, let's say, new fee. and I will do the same changes down there. Now if I replace this 1.10 with add fee variable, you guys can see we get error. Why is that so? Because to access a class variable we have to give reference, that can be a class or self. So we have to write students dot add fee, and you guys can see the issue is resolved. We can do the same by typing self dot add fee, and that should work the same. Now let's remove this line, and if I run the code, you guys can see we get 9,500, which is the fee of student 2. Now let's add increment to student 2 fee by typing s2 dot new fee empty parentheses, and if I run the code now, you guys can see we have the same value as the previous one, which is 10,450. Let's remove this, and I will write s2 dot new fee equals, let's say, 50,000. So this new fee is instance variable of object s2. So now if I print s2 dot underscore underscore dict underscore underscore and now run the code, you guys can see we get name, age, fee and new fee as our attributes of s2. If I remove this line and now run the code, you guys can see we have removed the new fee from our attributes list. Same we can do with our class, which is students, and if I run the code, you guys can see we have add fee as our class variable, and its value is 1.10, which is equal to 1.1 as we have set above. Now I will write here s1 dot new fee, and after that I will write here print s1 dot fee. Now if I run the code, you will see that our fee has increased. So that means our program is working perfectly. Now I want to calculate the number of students in a class. So for that, let's create another variable which will be number of students, and its value will be 0. And after that, let's move to init method, and I will write here number of students plus equals 1. But you guys can see we get error as we have not set a reference to our class variable. So I will write here students dot number of students plus equals 1. So what it will do is it will add 1 to number of students as soon as an object is created. Now let's print the number of students by typing students dot number of students. If I run the code, you guys can see it gives us 2 as we have created 2 objects above. Let's copy it and I will paste it here, and if I run the code now, you will see firstly we get 0 and after that we get 2, because firstly we haven't created any object. So let's create another object, and I will change the name and some values, and let's copy this print statement and paste it below. If I run the code now, you guys can see we get 3 as output. So that means our program is working perfectly, and we have created another class variable which is number of students. There is an important concept that I want to share with you is, firstly I will write here s1 dot add fee, and you guys can see its value is 1.10. If I run the code, you guys can see we get 1.1. So I will copy it and I will paste it 3 times, and I will change the name of the objects, and it will be s2 and one will be students. If I run the code now, you guys can see the value is same for all of them, but we can also change for specific object. Let's suppose I want to change the add fee value for student 2 object. So I will write here s2 dot add fee equals, let's say, 1.50. So that has changed the add fee value for student 2. If I run the code, you guys can see the student 2 add fee value is 1.5. So now let's remove this line and run the code again, and you will see we get 1.1 and 1.5 as output. So let's change this with the underscore underscore dict underscore underscore for both of the print statements. So now if I run the code, you will see we have addition of an attribute for s2 object, which is add fee. That means if we change a class variable's value, it becomes instance variable. Now let's move these print statements, and I will write here s2 dot new fee, and after that I will write here print s2 dot fee, and it should increase the value of fee, and you guys can see after running the code its value is 14250. So I hope you understand both the class variable and instance variable and how to deal with them. So that's it for today guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.